Hey there, it's LB. So I want to share with you today how to start dreaming again. And I don't mean dreaming like a daydream or a night dream. I'm talking about a dream that you can accomplish. Many of you, including myself, a few years ago, I felt like all the things I wanted to do and achieve was outside my ability to achieve them. And I felt like someone had caged me, or myself, my own mind had caged me in, and there was no way I was going to ever achieve those things. I was either too old, or there was no possible way that was going to happen, and there was too many obstacles, and you just keep listing off every single bar that was caging me in was like a thought, another bar, another thought, another thought that caged me in. And I want you to take a few minutes and use your imagination, because imagination is actually one of the key principles of being able to achieve a lifelong dream or a goal. All right, now just to keep it real, once you actually attain a goal, then you need to find someone who's achieved it and mirror their actions. Okay, so it's not just we're not just talking about imagination right here. I want you to understand there's a practical side to all this. But for right now, the seed of your goal, of the success of your goal and the success of your dream being able to be planted inside your mind needs to be done with some imagination, and it needs some fertile ground to grow in, okay? Or else it will not happen. If the seed is not planted, you will never achieve it. It will just be sitting out there as a daydream, as a night dream, whatever it is, and it'll never come to fruition. You won't be able to water it, and it won't be able to grow because it's not even planted in the ground, okay? In the ground of your mind, so to speak. So I want you to think to yourself, I want you to use your imagination. I want you to allow yourself to think, what would make me happy, really, really excited, and deep down right now, if this was true in my life. And I don't want you to think about something that silly like, oh, I'd like some ice cream. If you want some ice cream, go get it, right? I mean, something that's outside. I want you to think about one of those things that you feel like you're being held a prisoner to by your mind, the bars around your mind. I want you to think, what would make me happy if this was true right now, okay? Think about maybe what you would like to become, or what you would like to do, or a place you'd like to go, or something you'd like to have. Think about those kind of things, okay? Now, just to keep it real with you guys, I'm a Christian. I love God, and so I'm not in the practice of thinking evil thoughts and something that's going to hurt and detriment someone else. So I don't even think that way. So I'm not encouraging you to think something that's going to hurt someone else. I want you to think about just something that would make you happy, something that would make you excited, something that flows, that stirs deep in your heart, that just makes you, feel like I'm alive again, okay? That's what I want to encourage you to do. Now, I don't want you to think about all the limitations, and don't allow yourself to let any of those bars or those thoughts that are saying you can't do this, don't let them get in the way. They're excluded from this moment, from these moments of taking the time to actually realize what's happening to you. Now, once you've done that, I want you to remember this very important principle. The principle is, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. Okay? So if you're thinking to yourself, there's no way I can do that, I'm too old, there's this reason, and there's this reason, and there's this reason, and there's this reason. If you are thinking those things, as you think, so shall it be, right? As a man thinks in his heart, so is he, okay? I want you to imagine yourself having achieved that dream, having accomplished that dream, or built that thing, or whatever it is, and realize that think to yourself, you know what, there's no way I can fail with this. if everything was in my favor and I was able to build this thing that I want to build or do this thing I want to do, what would that be? And don't let any limitations cut off that thought from being in that place or in that position or in that whatever it is that you're thinking. Okay, now the next thing I want you to understand is that once you have placed yourself in that position and you can feel it, you can see the trees around you, you can see the what kind of sky it is, you can see yourself being there, you can see yourself being happy, you can see some of your friends that are there, or your loved one, or some special person that you want to be with that's there with you. You can smell the smell of that area. You know, maybe there's something that's distinct about that place that has a smell to it, that you can smell the vividness of what it is of that place that you are there. Okay, now once you have that first firmly placed in your mind, I want you to think about, okay, I'm here and now I'm up here. Okay, and start, instead of thinking you're always here thinking how you're going to get there. All right, but I want you to think you're up here. Now I want you to start working your way back down. How did I get here? Okay, and you don't need to, you got all these bars that are blocking you off. So I don't want you on your descent down to think about those bars yet. I want you to think about, how does it feel being in this position? And what are some of the things that you would love to do and accomplish because of this position? Why has God allowed me to accomplish this dream? What is it that I can do now because I have this, I'm up here, right? What is it that I can do that I'm up here that I couldn't do from down here? And why, and what good can I do for the world up here instead of down here? I want you to start thinking up here instead of thinking down here. Think at the end in mind, not at the beginning. Okay? I want you to start thinking about, I wonder, now that I'm up here, I'm so successful and I've been able to achieve this and I've been able to achieve that, and I feel really good about myself. I wonder how, that enthusiasm, remember that enthusiasm that you're up here now, okay? And start thinking to yourself, I wonder what I would do up here. And also, you can start filling in the gaps. A little bit at a time, one little day at a time. You can start filling in the gaps of what did it take to get up here, okay? But in thinking up here, not from down here, okay? And let me just share a couple things with you real quick. The first thing is that there's a verse in the Bible that says, delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Now, a lot of people, they skip to the desires of your heart and they forget the first part. Delight yourself in the Lord, right? What does that mean, to delight yourself in the Lord? That means to let your soul and your spirit be one with God, to feel God's presence, to know who God is. God is the most amazing thing. And gratitude is so important in this whole equation, because if you're always thinking about, what life looks like up here, but you're not thankful for what God's given you right now, then these two are so apart. And you start living in this I'm not thankful until I'm here thing, right? So I want you to remember that everything that God has given you, everything that God is, okay, is part of you. God is so amazing. He's so awesome. He's so powerful. He's so beautiful. And you know what? You can be part of God. You have He made you. And all you have to do is talk to Him. Be part of Him. Allow Him to come in your heart. If you don't know Jesus, allow Jesus to come in your heart. Allow Him to forgive you for the things that you might have done that you might have done wrong. He literally gave His life for you, so that we don't have to pay the penalty of those things that we've done. All right. Now, just remember, I want you to put yourself next to God and think about how God thinks about this. All right, God, we're here. I mean, we may be here in reality, but we're thinking up here. But God's up here, right? And think about, well, how does God look at all this? put yourself in God's heart, put yourself in God's mind, and what would God want to do for people? Why would he want to help other people? And why would you being up here be such a blessing to the world? Okay? Because you know what? Most likely, if you were up here and you were able to do these things for other people, that would be an awesome thing, and that God would love that. The only thing about it is, if you're up here and you allow yourself to become, super powerful, and that you don't care about others, and you just walk over people's feelings and all these other things, and you become a dictator and all these other things, and that's not actually very good thing that you are up here, all right? But that's not delighting in God either. And so you want to allow yourself to delight in God, to think about the beautiful things that are all around you that God's given you. He's given you, food. He's allowed you to be alive today. He's allowed you to have breath. You can smile. You can taste food. You can take a nap. You can rest. You can work and get excited and achieve stuff. And I mean, the list just keeps going on and on and on. But it's important to remember, what are those things I'm grateful for? Thank you, God, for all those beautiful, amazing things that you've given me. And delight in God. Allow yourself to see the sunset. Allow yourself to see the sunrise. And tell God, just lift up your hand, say, God, this is beautiful. This is awesome. I love your world. I love what you made. Okay? I want to be part of your plan. I want to be what you're doing in the world. I want to be that great catalyst that helps people move them and make their life better and help them achieve their goals, so they realize that you're the author, you're the most excellent one, you're the extreme most beautiful thing in the whole world, right? If our dream is up here, okay, imagine being next to God, because whatever you are thinking right here, God's even bigger and better than that. And God has everything, and he's literally giving you all his love. He's giving you life. He's what it says, that faith is what you don't see. Okay, it's the evidence of things. I can't remember the verse exactly, but it says something like faith is the evidence of things not seen, right? So allowing God to help you to see what you can't see physically is faith. All right. So in other words, when you sit in a chair, you have faith that the chair is going to hold you, right? So that's how it is to step into faith with God. Okay. And I don't mean blind faith. What I'm talking about is realizing that God loves you and cares about you, and stepping into a faith of trusting that God is there and he's helping you. Okay. And that's really important. Now, we could go on that subject for a long time, and some people don't have very much faith. All right. And I would encourage you to build up your faith and find out what that faith is all about. Because if you don't have faith, okay, it's really difficult to achieve anything. If Disney did not have faith that he could build Disneyland and be able to see it in his mind, he couldn't see Disneyland. It wasn't created yet. It was created in here, right? His faith allowed him to see something that was not there, and his imagination was so big that he said, you know what, I can do this. He saw himself up here creating Disneyland. He didn't see all the obstacles and everything in its way. He just got so excited about building it and doing it and being part of it and what it would do for people, that it started to just come true. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he, right? As he starts thinking about Disneyland, how amazing that was going to be, he starts figuring out 1 + 1 = 2, and this plus this equals that, and he's thinking from up here, and he's creating the little trail that builds all the way down to where he actually was, right? And so that's what you got to do. All right, I hope this encouraged you to think outside the box, allow yourself to dream again, all right, and go after your dreams and achieve what you need to achieve, and be excited about life. Don't let yourself be put in that rut. Don't let yourself be, caged in by all these things, all right? I hope this encouraged you. This is Albie. You have a wonderful day. I'd love to chat with you a little bit more. If you want to find out a little bit about my website and what I do and how I achieve doing some amazing things and earning money on the internet and getting sales every day and living an amazing lifestyle, feel free to get back with me. You can feel free to go to my website, Albie, A-L-B-I-E, that's A-L-B as in boy, I-E, 360.com, and get in touch with me. And my email is sailingwithalbie, sailing like go sailing on the ocean, with W-I-T-H, Albie, A-L-B-I-E, at gmail.com. Okay? Look forward to talking with you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.